Hello guys, Josh from CC2000 here, and today I've got a video for you all, which is kind of an update of an old video I did a long time ago, back at Comic Book Carnage episode 10 and 11, where I talked about what I was reading as of 2017. It's now 2019, and to my knowledge I have not done an update video on that same premise. So yeah, I kind of forgot about it. My bad. I've been meaning to do one though, an update of this. So I've just watched the old one on my phone before recording this, and this is what I was reading at the time. Red Hood and Outlaws, Deathstroke Defiance, Doomsday Clock, Batman Rebirth, Nightwing Rebirth, Hellblazer Rebirth, a little bit of Suicide Squad, Hellblazer Vertigo, Deathstroke New 52. I was also reading at the time from Marvel Darth Vader, the first run of Darth Vader from the new continuity, Spirit of Vengeance, and Death Note, like the old manga, like bits of it. So, right, what we got here is we got examples of what I'm reading currently. We have most of my pull list from today, which I will kind of get you guys a better look at. If I look at it in the edit and you can't really see the cover, I will put the cover here as like an image or something. And I've also got my pull list from last week, so we have pretty much the entirety of my pull list here in some way, shape or form. No, I have not read these yet. This is not a review of this pile here. I have not read these yet. This is not a review for these books, it's talking about the series. So, you know, hopefully I'll be able to get a review done for some of these. And then here we've got a pile of some of the old stuff I'm reading. We're going to talk about this, like back issues and whatnot. Okay, so let's kick it off with what I'm reading currently. So, let's get started. First we have Deathstroke, which has gone back to being called Deathstroke again. It's currently part of Year of the Villain, which is a big massive tie-in event DC are doing. And honestly, Deathstroke, after The Professional, right, I've been reading Deathstroke, and it's been up and down like a goddamn yo-yo, the quality. Sometimes it's been really good, sometimes I've really enjoyed it. Other times I absolutely despised what they were doing with the run. Most notably Defiance. I was not a fan of Defiance. I know a lot of people, there are people that like Defiance. I'm not one of them. But you know, if you like Defiance, good for you. You know, that's cool. You can like what you want. So yeah, Deathstroke, it's a bit up and down. The premise of what they were going for with Deathstroke RIP at the moment, it's a good premise. I like the idea of the premise, but I think it could have been executed a little better. But you know, this is what happens when you take a cool concept and you lump it in with all these tie-ins. It just kind of blows up in your face. Okay, so that one's talked about. What's next? Next we have Deceased. This one is kind of like a subtitled one. I think it's going to go along with... This is kind of like a companion to the series, I think. Oh, hello. I've just spotted John Constantine in this. That could be fun. But it's, you know, it's Deceased. Like, Deceased, for those of you who don't know what Deceased is basically DC Zombies. They use the age-old MacGuffin of the anti-life equation, which is part of like the whole dark side stuff, and they basically use that to create zombies, and like they put an interesting spin on it. It's not the Walking Dead zombies. It's like it's spread via technology. So if I was looking at the screen on that camera, the anti-life equation would get me if it was connected to the internet, and you know, I'd then have the anti-life equation inside my brain, and it would turn me into one of those things, which basically makes it very interesting because, like, you know, you have characters like Batman that were out of it very quickly because he relies on technology. as of issue 4, the only surviving members of the Bat family that I know of are Alfred and Damien. Even then, that's like questionable. You know, we're not sure what's happened after issue 4. We'll find out soon. But it's not looking good for them after issue 4. And Todd's MIA. We haven't seen Todd as a zombie yet, but we've seen the rest of the Bat family as zombies, but I don't believe we've seen Todd as a zombie yet. So it makes me wonder, are we going to get another one of these tie-ins explaining where he is, or is he going to show up in the main Deceased run, or is he just meant to be MIA or dead at this point? Like, you know, I mean, that's something. Like, yeah, come on, DC, give us a tie-in with JT, like in Deceased. I think that would be pretty cool, like the Outlaws in Deceased. I mean, you could have a really interesting conflict for the issue, like, like if it's zombies running around, do they trust Jason because he's basically undead as well? He was resurrected by the Lazarus Pit. You could take some interesting angles with that. It could be cool. Next we have Doomsday Clock issue 11. Doomsday Clock is pretty much nearly finished now. It's coming up towards its end, but goddamn, Doomsday Clock has been phenomenal throughout. I can't complain about Doomsday Clock at all. Honestly, I know people say you can't write a sequel to Watchmen and Watchmen will never be bested. Well, Doomsday Clock is damn close, in my opinion. It doesn't reach the same quality as Watchmen. Like, Watchmen's here, but Doomsday Clock's like at least here. It's pretty good still. And also, just a quick note, if you're wondering why I'm doing it like this, I'm experimenting because I want to see if I can put together like a studio or something and do more videos like this with like comics around me and stuff, and I'm looking at trying new things again. Then next we have The Punisher. Oh my god, this series is amazing. I love it, and they're on about putting out a new Punisher series, a couple of new mini Punisher series done by Garth Ennis, and I'm excited to see what they're going to be like. But this Punisher run by Rosenberg and the guys, just honestly, I've loved every single issue with this Punisher run. It's dumb fun. Well, I say dumb fun. It's Punisher blowing up everything and killing the bad guys, but it's the kind of thing where you can read it and just enjoy it without having to worry about like a big conspiracy or a big plot. There's nothing that's going to make your brain ache in this comic, and it's just a good fun read, and we need some comics like that these days that are just a good fun read. You don't have to like think too deeply, too philosophically. What am I talking about? It's comics, goddammit. I'm making it sound like it's a goddamn Mona Lisa. Anyway, so next we have Event Leviathan by Bendis. Okay, look, I'm going to be honest. Red Hood was a red herring, and I'm glad he's a red herring, because why would he be a goddamn terrorist? Honestly, you had me worried there, DC. You had me worried you're going to do something stupid, but you didn't. And the Question's in this book. I love seeing the Question. He's a character that doesn't get much love, and he's been getting some more love lately, which is very nice. Very good use of the Question. The idea of having this group of detectives to try and hunt down Leviathan, and Question being one of these. He's being like a Rorschach type detective, like he breaks into the hospital to talk to this one guy. He's very much like, DC seem to be treating him more like a modern day Rorschach, which I love, because Question was what Rorschach was based upon, and there are similarities in some of their viewpoints, like, I don't know, not completely, because, well, if you look on YouTube, there is a very interesting video about the creation of the Question and the Question's creator and the views of the creator and how he put it into the Question and how he put it into another character called Mr. A. I am tempted to try and find some of Mr. A's comics because, they're meant to be kind of similar, like him and the Question, but, it's something I'd be interested in looking into, but we shall see. Next is Batman Beyond. I love this cartoon show, Batman Beyond. I absolutely adore it. And the comic book series is... it's given me a few question marks because I joined late. I joined like during the story arc where Terry was a wanted man and it was Scarecrow manipulating the people of Gotham. I joined that at that point simply because there was a very cool picture of like Terry hiding in the shadows and there being like a searchlight and a wanted poster. And, you know, that kind of pulled me in and I'm like, oh damn, that looks cool, I want to read that. So I picked that up and I read it and I've been reading Batman Beyond ever since. Yeah, I also have a proper pull list now, so everything I read goes on a pull list. So, you know, I call up, like, what's on my pull list, I go get my stuff. It's very clean, very effective. If you're getting into comic books, right, when you've gone in a few times and you know what you want to get, I'd say speak to the guys at the store, see if they'll do a pull list and talk to them, see what's involved with having a pull list. Right, apologies about that. As I was saying, pull list. You know, sort out a pull list for yourself and that will help you make sure you never miss an issue. It's been very helpful for me. Anyway, next, on to the next comic. You're probably wondering why the hell it took me so long to get to this one. Red Hood and Outlaws, or Red Hood and the Outlaws, or Red Hood Outlaw. You know, it's undergone a name change, basically, because he doesn't have a team. Even though now he has a new team because of A Year with a Villain and stuff like that. It's one of those. Red Hood and Outlaws, I've been happy with it. I've been pretty happy with it. But we'll have to see what happens with the new Outlaws, as they're putting it now. We'll have to see what happens with them. I'm not too sure if I like this new team composition that he's basically trying to teach. But anyway, on a more positive note, the artist from New 52 was back for issue 37. And he can draw the new Red Hood costume a lot better than he can the old one, like the classic Red Hood costume. I actually really like the way he draws this new costume. Yeah, so I just wanted to close on a positive note for that series. Because I'm not sure what the future holds for that one. We'll have to wait and see. Next, Star Wars comics. I'm reading through Lord of the Sith in trade at the moment, slowly but surely. I've got like a massive pile of trades I need to get through. But in issues, I've read all the Age of the Republic, stopped around about the Age of the Empire, and like the Age of the First Order. But Target Vader came out, which is a series about a group of bounty hunters tasked with assassinating Darth Vader. Now, you might say, oh Josh, what's the point of that? You obviously know they fail, but... You know, it's reading the story and seeing how they fail, what transpires, which I really enjoy. Now we're on to the Black Label. We're on to the creme de la creme of DC Comics, as they'd call it. Yeah, I've finished up for Marvel now for the most part. I've got some more things to talk about in a minute. And Scott Snyder and Capullo on Batman is just... I've started reading through the old Batman New 52. I'm on volume 3, which is Death of the Family. And, you know, I'm reading my way through the old Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, like Batman New 52. And at the same time, Batman Last Night on Earth came out, which is a DC Black Label story in 3 parts. This is book 2, done by the same guys, and it's actually really, I really like it. It's kind of, you don't have the answers for everything, but it's kind of, there's some information that's held back that I've got a feeling is going to come out in the 3rd issue, and it's going to be some big revelation. But this is meant to be their last work on Batman together, so, you know, I can think of worse ways to go out, working on a character together. And to be honest, I've loved a lot of this stuff they've done with Batman. In the Court of Owls stuff in volumes 1 and 2 of New 52 was very good. I love the Court of Owls. They're a very well fleshed out concept, and they're actually a very cool enemy, like, you know, something that even Batman didn't know existed. Very nice. Speaking of Black Label, I also got round to finally reading Batman White Knight, which is basically the idea of Joker going sane and becoming the true hero. So there's kind of like a role reversal. But at the end of the spoilers, okay, at the end of that, he goes back to being the Joker and he's now the villain again. And enter Batman Curse of the White Knight. This is book 2. Curse of the White Knight is a sequel. It's done by the same person, Sean Murphy and Matt, you know, whoever the Matt guy. His name will be on screen now. Yeah, Batman Curse of the White Knight. Same sort of art style as Batman White Knight. Really do enjoy it. They've got Azrael in this one, and I'm actually really enjoying the story. Because there's 2 stories unfolding. There's the story in the past, which is the story with... God damn it, I said this wouldn't be a review for the issue, but it's just become a review for the issue. But, you know, I'm really loving what's coming out of Black Label. Black Label, you know, I'm smelling what Black Label I'm cooking, and I'm loving it. There's jokes going around that it's Batman Black Label, but, you know, we've got a question book coming to Black Label soon and a Joker book coming to Black Label soon. I'm looking forward to the question book. It's called The Life and Death of Vic Sage, something like that. And it's going to be the Vic Sage question, the original question, which I love. And it's going to be like him doing, like, working some case. Batman Damned is coming out in trade. It's out, I believe. I saw it at my local comic book shop today. I will get that out for my birthday. Want to read Batman Damned, Batman and Constantine and magic and whatnot. Sounds really fun. Anyway, that does it for my new series. Well, the new stuff that I'm reading. And you might be like, well, Josh, where's Nightwing? Where's the new Batman run? Where's Hellblazer? And where's Suicide Squad? Well, simple fact of the matter is... Batman, I can't stand Tom King's Batman. Scott Snyder's Batman is a lot better. I mean, I didn't get to read War of Jokes and Riddles and the like, but I came on to read the wedding issue, and it was just, I absolutely hated everything building up to the wedding issue. And just the whole thing with the newspapers blowing the ending out before the comic had come out and everything. It's just terrible. And it left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth to do with Tom King's Batman. So yeah, Tom King's Batman I'm not a fan of. Scott Snyder's Batman, great, love it. Speaking of all this stuff I'm reading, also, Nightwing, I read the first trade paper, stopped there, didn't read it for a while. Then there was the whole Rick Grayson thing with Nightwing getting shot in the head. So I picked it up again there, and I just, I couldn't take to it. The idea of Nightwing being this amnesiac anti-hero and just being this really glum and depressing character. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like myself some dark characters, but Nightwing shouldn't be one of them. Nightwing should be... If I want to read Nightwing, it's because I want to have a guy that is throwing puns out, being the good guy, you know, taking him in alive, you know, being the role model Robin. That's what Nightwing is. I mean, this whole Rick Grayson thing is trying to turn a Nightwing into something he's not, which is the same thing that happened with Agent Grayson, the Spy Grayson. No, a lot of people didn't like the Spy Grayson, and a lot of people don't like Rick Grayson. Just give us Nightwing for the love of God already. You know, that's all I've got to say on the Nightwing thing. Hellblazer, Hellblazer's finished, but I haven't read anything past the first volume. I will get the Rebirth ones in trade eventually, but I want to read the original Hellblazer by Vertigo first. Just some context. There's also the New 52 Justice League Dark I want to read. There's a lot of Constantine stuff I want to read. Batman Damned as well. So now, we're going to be talking about some of the older stuff. I've already talked about Death of the Family, so, and you know, Scott Snyder's Batman. I've picked up Spider-Man Noir, the complete collection. I love the whole. This is a gorgeous reprint of all of the stories Spider-Man Noir has been in, which I'm so happy about. I've wanted to read Spider-Man Noir for ages, but it is the original Spider-Man Noir, but it's never been reprinted since it was originally trade papered, and the price for it is ridiculous. Like, I'd love to see some of the more niche things like this get trade papers from Marvel. Like, you know, there was that cancelled series about Spider-Man in Vietnam. I'd love to read that. For me, I love some of the more wacky Spider-Man characters, you know, like Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Man 2099. I just love those kind of characters, and I've been looking forward to reading Spider-Man Noir because I loved him in Shattered Dimensions, and he's probably got one of my favourite Spider-Man designs, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And you might be like, Josh, why have you got issues in the back issue pile? Simple. They are 2019 Titans. You've got 45, Family Reunion, Deathstroke and Pre-52 Ravager on the cover. And we've got issues 67 and 66, which, you know, I'm trying to build out my collection of Alting Titans, but I'm trying to, basically, New 52 Rose, like, I keep getting people say, oh, she's half what she used to be. Very much like the same problem with I feel with Jason Todd. I feel a lot of the anti-heroes in DC have been kind of neutered in more recent years. Same with Constantine. Constantine isn't as bad as he used to be. Constantine used to be like a really slimy guy, but he doesn't seem to be as much anymore. Well, from what I read of the Rebirth Constantine, which is also why I'm looking forward to the Sandman Universe Constantine. Because that sounds like it's going to be more the Hellblazer Vertigo Constantine. So that sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. Which I'm not sure if that's part of Black Label. It might be. Okay, so to close off, that's pretty much everything. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I apologise if the audio is a little echoey. This isn't a proper studio. It's literally just my dining room. And also my camera doesn't have a mic on it at the moment. Like this, I'm not at the college. I can't borrow the college mic. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I can sort out. But I do want to try and do some more videos in this style. I do enjoy doing this kind of thing, talking to camera. Maybe even get a few other people involved, like a few other people I know that read comics and the like. Or even just the movies based on the comics and different whatnot and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.